Hello everybody, welcome to my week 4 post-op update. If you just came from my last video, yes, I'm wearing the same thing. I'm recording them all at the same time because editing is overwhelming for me and it's just taken me this long to get to recording the next clips because I still haven't finished editing week 2, which will hopefully be up very soon after the day that I'm recording this. Week 4, I also had a lot of school stuff going on. Graduation was Friday of week 4. So obviously there's so much preparing and things that you have to do that week that it was not easy, to say the least. I'm gonna do a story about my graduation and everything I had to do that day. So my foot is getting less and less painful each day at this point. And so I got a little cocky on week 4 because week 3 was just such a step up from week 2. And week 4 was even better than week 3. I was feeling good. I could move a little more. I wasn't as always miserable anymore. I could go out and not just be completely miserable. Although it wasn't easy all the time, I still couldn't walk around the mall for more than an hour without, having some pain and being like, okay, we need to probably leave. But that's also because my other leg that I was walking on was also really tired, always constantly doing everything. The knee scooter does help with that, but it is still a thing. So since I was getting so cocky, I was just so ready to be independent and have all these things planned and graduation and all the things before that. And I was going to have a party with my family on Saturday and they're going to be in for the weekend and it was just going to be great, right? Sunshine and rainbows, not a problem. I was wrong because there is still pain. It's a lot less, but the more that you do, the more pain that you have. So just keep that in mind. When you start feeling better and you start doing things, there's gonna be pain. The more things you do, the more pain you're gonna have. So, story time of my graduation in a cast. So, I still was non-weight bearing and we had graduation practice Friday morning for graduation Friday night. And I'm still not driving at this point. I didn't drive the whole time that I had a splint or a cast just because riding in the car was so painful for me all the time, like I said in my last video. So if anyone else experiences that, please let me know because I haven't really heard people talk about that, or at least I don't remember it. And that was a really big deal to me. So anyways, I got dropped off at my graduation rehearsal and I got a peg leg from my pole vault coach, actually. He's nice enough to let me use it whenever he broke his foot. It was almost a year ago now, I think. He bought it because he can't sit still. So I borrowed that, and if you don't know what that is, it's a little contraption that straps to your knee, like where you would rest it on a knee scooter, and it's just a peg leg, exactly what you expect it to look like. And it was a really big deal to me that I wanted to walk across stage, and I talked to my doctor and he was like, sorry, not gonna happen. It's just will be better for you in the long run if we don't take the cast off that early because obvious reasons. And I trust him and I was sad, but I was determined to walk across the stage. I was not gonna crutch because I feel like that would be embarrassing. I mean, I wouldn't laugh at someone else that was on crutches because that's really hard and I'd feel bad for them. But me personally, I would feel very embarrassed and everyone was laughing at me, even though the peg leg probably didn't stop that from happening at all. It made me feel more accomplished, I guess, walking across the stage. I felt like it was a lot better moment for me that I got to walk. So my boyfriend's uncle actually was handing out the diplomas, so he grabbed my hand and helped me up the stairs and gave me my diploma, and I walked across the stage. I did all the things, and then my dad was at the other steps on the other side and he helped me get down. I'll insert a clip of that. So after graduation, the whole thing went very smoothly. I almost did trip when I was walking back to my seat when I got off the stage, but I didn't. So that is great. I scared some people in the front row because they all thought I was about to fall on my face, but I didn't. And other than those people, no one else saw it. So that was great. And I get back to my seat. The rest of the graduation went really well. Four of my friends all went up to speak. They had speeches and they were all so good and they were all so nervous, so I was so happy for them that it went well. And time comes, we throw our hats and it's over. And so I'm like, oh, I really need to get up and get out of here before all the crowds start going through the aisle. So I'm getting up as fast as I can. I flip around on my knee scooter and I'm about to roll out of there, like, as fast as I can. Not even 2 seconds after I stand up, one of the biggest guys in our entire class comes out the row that I was getting up from and kicks me in the cast so hard. And he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And immediately I look back at him and tears are rolling out of my eyes because it hurt really bad. And he just like walked away. I guess I made him uncomfortable. He didn't know how to deal with me crying. I didn't want to cry. It just really hurt. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I really have to go sit down. That was really painful. So I start going as fast as I can. 5 seconds later, boom. I get kicked again by someone else, and I'm just like bawling my eyes out at this point. So I book it to the closest like seat to sit in. I was in the lobby, so there wasn't many people in that area, and it was not that far away from where I was coming from. So I sit down on this little couch thing, and all of these people that go to my school start coming up to me, coming out of graduation, and they're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna miss you so much. And these are underclassmen, so they didn't graduate. And they're like, we're gonna miss you so much and we're so sad too. Like, I know it's such a hard day. And I just went with it because I didn't want people to know I was crying because I was kicked twice and recently had surgery on foot. So I was like, yeah, it's been a really emotional day. I'm just gonna miss you so much, yeah. So I just went with it, and everyone thought I was really sad and emotional, but no offense to my high school, but I'm not gonna miss you, and I'm not sad. I'm excited for the future. I'm happy I have the memories there that I do, but I'm not sad to be leaving. I think there are a lot better things out there for me, and high school just was not my jam, honestly. I had a lot of problems, struggles. I had a lot of hurdles to get over. We'll just say that. It was not smooth sailing. So showering is getting a lot easier and less painful. It's not as big of a deal to have my foot a certain way in a certain position like it was the past 3 weeks. I could kind of relax and my foot didn't hurt so bad to hang anymore either. So that made showering a lot easier to get in the shower, get out of the shower, get ready for the shower. It just was a lot easier, and I 100% didn't need help at this point. I am really independent, and I tried to do everything on my own as soon as I physically could. So I had been showering without any help since like the 2nd week. I don't think I had any help after like my 3rd shower. I don't think anyone came to help me ever. So after the 1st week, I have been showering by myself, but at this point it wasn't a struggle. So by week 4, I was no longer struggling to shower. It was just, It was a lot easier for me. I did shower without the trash bag over my cast once because, like I said a couple videos ago, I don't put my foot in the shower, which is why most people cover their cast. But the thing is, I have a sliding door shower, and so when you have the shower on and the door is open, because I had my seat across the bathtub, a lot of water gets out. So mine was more to like keep the water that was getting out of the shower from getting on my foot, and not because I was putting my foot in the shower. So I actually didn't get it wet when I didn't cover it, but I also didn't turn the shower head on. I had the bathtub running and I was dumping water on myself with a cup. So honestly, I don't know what that says about my like wrapping skills process. I don't know if it really did much. I guess we'll never know. But I did shower without my trash bag and it didn't get wet. So if you're ever in a bind at any point, you can just not put it on and it'll probably be fine. I only did that like twice, and because I was home alone and it was really hard for me to get up and get things. And once I was like settled and ready to get in the shower and I realized, oh, I didn't get a trash bag, I just accepted it and didn't have one. So, you know, there's that information. Also, like I just mentioned, most of the time after the 3rd week, I stopped turning the shower head on when I showered because I found it to be a lot easier and a lot less like messy getting water all over the floor and everywhere if I just turned the bathtub on and I had like an ice cream bucket and a cup. So I would just like dump water on my hair, wash it, dump water on my hair. Same for my like washing my body. I just had a cup. I was dumping water on myself, and I found that to be a lot easier. So for future reference, after you get surgery, I would just, you know, get a cup of water in the bathtub instead of like actually turning the shower head on, because it is a lot less complicated that way and I showered a lot faster. So week 4, I had very weird like muscle cramps in my calf, which was, I hadn't had that before. I was spasming before, which there were some spasming on week 4, but I actually was like having cramps, like my calf was cramping and I had no way to massage it, so it was like just really painful and uncomfortable. Which it didn't happen often. It was like once every 3 or 4 days. So it wasn't like debilitating, but it did happen. Oh, also, story time about after my graduation, I had a little party with a few friends and my family came in town and it was really fun, but I have a lot of little cousins and I love them all so much. They're amazing and so cute, and I would spend all my time with them if I could. But they're crazy and they're little. So they're running around and they're touching my cast and they're bumping into me and they're playing with balloons and hitting balloons on my foot, which doesn't sound like it would be painful, but they were hitting them like hard, trying to hit each other. So all the bumping and the moving and the touching really made me sore for a few days, until like Tuesday, I think, is when I started feeling better. So just a warning, if you're gonna be around small children, if you have small children, you're gonna have to really explain to them, oh, I'm hurt, you can't touch my foot, because that showed to be an issue by Saturday. So it was a ordeal, to say the least, but it's not their fault. They didn't know. They haven't been around that, you know? So that happened. So I think that's all I have to say about week 4. I would say it was really good. It was a lot better than week 3. Every week is getting better, apart from my really rough weekend of getting kicked and hit and bumped, and you know, that made me really sore for a few days. But It was a lot better week. I felt so much better, and it's just something positive happened every day. I felt better every day, and I call that a win. And work was going really well. I was able to do more and more at work because I wasn't in so much pain putting my foot down. I could put my foot down for longer periods at a time, although I still would put it up as much as you can. Like, have your foot elevated if you can. If you can't, like, you can have it down for longer and longer periods of time as the weeks go by and you start feeling better. But this is my week 4 post-op update. I hope this helped, and I'm about to record week 5, so stay tuned for that.